Okay, we're on example 3 of the packet labeled 6.4, or sigma notation, writing area as a limit. We're going to do this example all together. So, find the area of each region bounded by the given function and the x-axis on the interval from a to b. We're going to do a quick little sketch. And we're only going from 0 to 2. So I only need a 0, a 1, and a 2. And how do we graph this? 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 times 2 is 6, so I'm going to go up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So when I plug in 1, 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So that's my area. You could shade it if you want. I'm in pen, so I'm not going to shade it. And that's the 0.26. This is y. Okay, here we go. What will the limit expression of this Riemann sum be? We have to build our pieces, okay? There's some space right here to build our change of x. So change of x, you guys, is always going to be b minus a divided by n. And your a and b are your interval, is your interval. So 2 minus 0 over n. So what's our change in x? Our change in x is 2 divided by n. So you take this distance and you divide it by how many. N is the number of rectangles. And that tells you your change of x. Okay? So the limit expression for the Riemann sum, the formula is a plus change of x times k. Now we can't forget that a is always your starting value in the interval. So a, in this case, where do we start our interval? A is going to be 0. Change of x we found over here. It's going to be 2 over n. And k, what's k? K is k. K is always k. So how can we, this is like your first formula is change of x, second formula a plus delta x times k. Let's simplify this. How does this simplify? It simplifies nicely to 2k over n. All right, that's not it. Then what do we do? Well, this is change of x. The other formula is that the height of the rectangle is going to be f of, this isn't change of x, this is x sub k. So f of this times change of x is the area of one rectangle. So here's how we do the limit expression. We do not start with the sigma, we start with the limit, and I'm wasting time. Here we go. The limit as n goes to infinity. When we want an infinite number of rectangles will be the sum from k equals 1 to n. We're starting with one rectangle and going to infinitely as many rectangles. Okay, what do we do with this? 2k over n we plug into the function. So the function was 3x, so it becomes 3 times 2k over n. That's our f of x sub k. And then we're going to multiply that by the change of x. And the change of x was over here, 2 over n. So do you see how we use it delta x here? And then we plug that answer into the function and then we use it again. Okay? All right. What is this area? You're going to type that into the calculator and get an area of 6. All right. Okay, let's do another one. What do we do first? We find change of x. 2 minus 0 over n. Done. We're going to graph this. This is a good quick review of graphing. So 0 is 0. When you plug in 1, you get 1 squared is 1 times 2. So 1, 2. And when you plug in 2, 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm at 2. This is supposed to be evenly spaced. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To make it look like a parabola, there go my lights. We know it's a parabola like that. here we go. What do we find first? So we need f of a plus change of x times k. So a plus change of x times k equals, what's a? A is our starting, 0. What's change of x, 2 over n, times k. This is what we're trying to get. So I did the inside first. See how that's the inside? Now I'm going to plug this inside into the function. What was the function? 2x squared. So we have the limit as n goes to infinity, sigma k equals 1 to n of 2x squared. But the x is going to go 2k over n squared times, what do we multiply it by? We multiply it by delta x, which is over here, 2 over n. And you can type that in the calculator and we'll get this. If I have time, I'll do one in the calculator. I just want to get some examples on the paper. All right, let's do this one. Our change of x now, we're going to do 1 minus negative 1 over n. Oops. Delta x. 1 plus 1 is 2, so we still have 2 over n. And what does this look like? This, we're going from negative 1 to 0 to 1. And this is an upside down parabola with a y-intercept of 1. When you plug in, well, let's plug in negative 1. When you plug in negative 1, you get 1 minus 1, which is 0. Plug in 0, and you get 1. And when you plug in 1, you get 0 again. So it kind of looks like a semicircle, but it's really not. It's really an upside down parabola going down. We're trying to find this area here. Okay, here's my formula. F of a plus delta x k times delta x. That's what we're plugging into the limit of sigma. This is going here. So I'm going to find my inside first. A plus delta x k. A is the starting value. Okay, it's no longer 0. So the starting value is negative 1 plus delta x, 2 over n times k. So the limit as n goes to infinity, this is the same every time, you guys. K equals 1 to n. Now, where does this come from? Where did that 2 come from? That 2 came from 2x squared. So now we're going to do 1 minus x squared. 1 minus, but our x is a little bit bigger this time. Do you see here how this is f of x? 1 minus x squared. And we're plugging in negative 1 plus 2k over n. And we're not done yet. That's that's this first part, and now we're going to multiply it by change of x, and the change of x is 2 over n. Okay, I switched over to the calculator screen to show you how I got the answers to 1 and 2. And then let's try and get the answer to 3. So this takes a long time to type in. So I'm going to click up, up, and then hit enter. And then it copy and paste it down. And then I'm just going to adjust what I need to adjust. So I want that 2 over n. I want the squared, but inside the squared, I need a negative 1 plus 2k over n. And then outside of that, I want a 1 minus. I think that's correct. I'm going to hit enter and let's see. Oh, infinity. Oh, that's not. Let me see. That's not what we were supposed to get. So let me double check. Okay. I have the limit as n goes to infinity, k equals 1, n times 1 minus 2k over n minus 1, and that's being squared. Oh, you know what? You see that 2 over n? I think I have it only times the squared, and it needs, that's not right. let's see here. So I copied and paste. I need this 2 over n times 1 minus what's being squared. So let me insert one more there and then one more here, like that. We got it right. Okay, 4/3. So write that down. I wanted you to just see it in the calculator so that you would believe me that I'm doing it right. And let's knock out the next few examples. Here we go. This was 4/3 or 1 1/3. Okay, another parabola. Change of x. Are you getting the hang of this? 2 minus 1 over n equals 1 over n. We're going to go from only 1 to 2. So I don't need the 0. So I need 1 to 2. And I'm going to, what's 1 plugged in? 1 would be 3, and what's 2 plugged in? 4 plus 4 is 8. So again, kind of didn't leave myself enough room to get to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 plugged in is 8. And then 1 plugged in was 3. Is that right? Okay, you just go straight down from those endpoints, you guys, and it has a little curve to it. And this is the area we're trying to find. So this is what we're looking to fill in. I'm going to keep writing it so I memorize it, and you do too. That's what I'm going to fill in to the limit of sigma. So what I do first is I find what's going to go inside this f. A plus delta x k. A is your starting x value. We're starting at 1. Then we're going to add the change of x, which is 1 over n, and I'm going to multiply that k. So 1 over n times k. This is going inside my function. Oh, lights, 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 lights. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Now, you know, not the funniest video ever, but is this a funny lesson? No, this lesson takes concentration. There's a lot going on here. X squared plus 2x. What? See how I have 2 x's? What does that mean? You got to plug it in twice. Okay. Shoot, I'm not going to have enough room. Okay, that's my f of x. Do you agree? X squared plus 2x. Yes. But then I need to multiply all of that by delta x. I only have a little bit of room left. Only a little bit of room. And this is where in the calculator I made that mistake because I only multiplied it by this term. We need to make sure that all of this is being multiplied by delta x, which is, it's just 1 over n. What's another way we could write it? Could we write all over n? Yeah, we could. But this is how it's normally shown. Do you see that little 1 over n there? Okay. Go and plug that in the calculator. See what you get. And that answer here is 16/3. And then I really want you to try E on your own. Are you getting the motions? How do you go from where to where? Da, 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 da. And I want you to try and get 1/4.